from your rookie year, now you go back into your second year playing against some of those teams, the circus say it's going to be a different Jabari this time around?
I mean, it's a lot of those teams. You know what I'm saying? We lost so many games last year. I feel like you got to circle everybody. Like, I feel like we probably lost to every team in the league. If not, I don't know. But we lost a lot of games, so it's like everybody's circle. You know what I'm saying? We got stuff to prove. 22 and 60 that you're not looking to do that. So just go into every game with the same mindset like you got something to prove. You know what I'm saying? It's not one game, but we're looking forward to all of them.
Overseas.
I mean, I was just, one of them kids, just me just looking in and just seeing all the kids just looking out and just trying to be the next, LeBron or, somebody else, down the line. But it's all about the next generation. And I just know that I was part of that group, and now, they're just looking up, to me and just trying to be, that next person someday.
Can you talk a little bit about what you bring on the defensive end? It seems like a lot of people don't talk about your capabilities on defensive end, even though you've been one of the top 3 players in the last few years in steals, and what you can bring to your new teammates to get them up to that level.
Yeah, well, first of all, the first step will just be getting us in the right spots, right? A lot of defense, especially at this level, is just being in the right spot, being in the right position, and let your athleticism and your talent, take over and be able to make plays. We got some supreme athletes and guys that can make incredible plays on this team. So getting our system in, getting us in the right spots, and being ahead, whether that's watching film or game planning and just being ahead of the play. A lot of young guys, they start off behind the play. So once you're able to get ahead of the play, you can anticipate it, and that's where you see, most good defenders.
Was on offense and defense on the court between the players
today?
Yeah,
it's been good. We want to be a louder group. I think at times, and Fred even stressed that we got to talk more. We got to hear each other, and so that's been one of the keys. To be a great defensive, offensive group, we got to talk to each other, and not just try to read each other's minds. And so the defense that we're going to play, it takes a lot of communication, a lot of talk out there. And I think guys did okay today.
You're more confident this year taking an open 3 compared to your first couple
Yeah,
seasons?
for sure. And actually, I work all summer, like I said, and then now my teammates is telling me and my coaches is telling me we need to do the shoot, and it didn't happen last year like this, But now they telling me to shoot, so I feel more confident right now. Because I work all summer also.
To kiss to the Kings bench after that step back 3 in the fourth quarter, were they saying anything to you as you were taking that shot?
No. I think they were being respectable bench over there, following the rules of the NBA. That's just, something that I do, and I don't know, I don't feel like I was blowing it towards them. I feel like I was blowing it towards the crowd.
Thank you.
Ready to lock them up. He's shooting the ball well, he's been playing well, so I'm just there to make him tired, make him get into that, fourth quarter early.
And was around him a lot this summer, and I was joking with him that it took 10 dribbles to score, and now down to 5 in the summer, and then now we want to get it to quick decision, 1 or 2, and make a quick move. And so he's taking on that challenge to understand what he has, the shots he has, and his catch and shoot was great last game, and so we want him to do that more, but also be in attack mode and like I said, not predetermine what he's going to do. And so the more efficient he can be, scoring with less dribbles, obviously, the more explosive, or as explosive as he is, he'll be able to make plays and score like that. And so I love the growth in that area, but he can also take advantage of mismatches, back it out like he did at the end of the quarter with the 2 mismatches on Russell. So he's become more well-rounded, no doubt, and we love to see it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Is it having veterans like Fred and Dillon, especially in these close games?
Like, I can say, like, me and Jalen, they are, like, Fred and Jeff and Dillon, they are our ass. Like, even when we playing bad, like, we are down 9, Jalen has down, he's like going scream at him, like, come on, like, blah, 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 Dillon to me, Jeff to me, like, which is great for us, and that's, we like learning, we're gonna be, how I can say, like in 5 years, 6 years, we're learning this, and we're gonna do it with other players when we grow up, which is great for us.
In this basketball game, there should be no grudges held, there should be no emotions towards the game, which is reffing the game or playing the game the way you're supposed to be played. A lot of just agendas that, it's not for the game, it's ruining the game. So, I feel like in this basketball game, we preach flow and fluidity, not a lot of stoppage, so the fans can be happy with, the game of the basketball, and, we can be happy with the result and learn from it. But, let the game be called by the players, by playing the game hard, not by, just emotions.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing, I think. Having Alperen being a cerebral guy, you can put him on different guys and you can, figure it out. But as much as we want to switch and take away certain things, it's good to have those big wings that we have as well, and versatility with Dillon and Jabari. And so, I love the luxury of doing it. We want to be really good at what we do initially and then kind of add to the playbook. And I feel like we're at that point. And some games allow you to do that, and Oklahoma City was a good look at it.
So what do you think of the nickname Sengun gave you, Gloves?
That's the nickname. I'm not gonna lie to you, I had no idea what he was saying. Gloves, that's all right. I mess with it. He's the wizard. I'm Gloves. I'll take it.
A coach that had the foresight to say, I've got 6 guys that I can really develop. That all 6 of these people have a chance to be an all-star in this league. And I don't need any other young projects. And where the players that we released, that some of the media said, why did you draft these guys and then you released them 3 years later or 2 years later, is because it's time to start winning. We don't want to be one of those teams that it took them 8 years. Remember, the Lakers didn't make the playoffs, I think, for 7 or 8 years until they got LeBron. Phoenix was out for 10 or 12 years. Sacramento, 14 years. Okay, I personally couldn't do more than 2 or 3 or 4 years, okay, that we weren't gonna have competitive basketball.
The G League, I'm like, all right, I'm going to G League tonight, tomorrow. Whatever they just tell me, I'm gonna be ready for it. I'm not gonna just, say like, not trying to go to the G League, but yeah, just to get better. Why not?
You got a suitcase packed all the time?
Nah, for real. Yeah, pack suitcase all the time.
Just want to get our feet down. The opportunity presented itself to Laramie, who were able to create a little friendship. So, we're here. We're here to help and obviously put some smiles on some kids' faces and give them an opportunity to get some toys.
What's a message you always want to deliver to these kids when you get in front of them?
It's just about encouragement, support, sense of community. Christmas is my favorite time of the year, personally, ever since I was a kid. So just having that holiday spirit and just having that sense of community.
You want to see from Jalen or just anybody on the team for them to be able to play in clutch time, especially late in the fourth quarter?
Consistency is the main thing on both ends. We've gone with guys who've had favorable defensive matchups, and that was early in the season with Jeff. A few games finishing with going against Williamson and then against Denver, those back-to-back games when Jabari sat, and we had small lineups that finished when Alperen wasn't in the game at times, and the same thing with this last game or previous games. Aaron Holiday, as I mentioned, hit 5 for 6 threes in the fourth quarter, played over Jalen and Golden State, and then Tari had to go with the 25-point game. So it's basically who's playing the best, but also we are looking at offense and defense and consistency across the board will get you on the court. And I met his father yesterday for the first time, and they love me because I coach him like he raised them, and that's what I'm going to do. That's who I am.
Coach, it's the way that you were raised. What has the relationship with Ime meant for you, and how does that help you take your game to the next level?
My family loves him, especially my dad. How I can't say about it. My dad is crazy about me. Whatever I do, if I'm playing bad, he's on my ass, and if I'm playing good, he's happiest man in the world, and he loved Ime because Ime make me really good this year, He helped me a lot, he make me a better player, and my dad is
winning games.
No, I was never focused on that, I'm still young, I have a lot to do, and it's gonna come one day. I don't care about that. I just care about winning and make the play in our playoff. So, long time to go.
intensity on that side of the ball?
Yeah, I think just being more competitive in general. Taking those challenges. A big one was Beal the other night, and you see you got a little chippy there between those two, and that's the biggest thing is having that competitive nature and the effort on that side. And then it's rotations and schematics that we want him to get down and be better at. But the first part is taking that challenge and not just being labeled on one side. And so I think he's done that better coming out of All-Star break, guarded. But then obviously everybody knows the scoring, so doubly as well if he's doing both and not giving up one on the defensive end.
All that films, what they do, how they guarded me. So and before the game, I know what they're gonna do. So I'm trying to play like that, how they guarded me, what they're doing to me. So yeah, that was important for me. I was struggling a little bit with double team, but now it's much more easy for me.
What made it so tough to get stops in the fourth quarter?
I mean, we couldn't make that much points. They make a lot. They barely miss. And we had a lot of fails. They make all free throws, so that was the key.
I think we've been playing really good. Defense has been our main priority because, we're very talented offensively. When we get out transition and run, it's very hard to guard us. So, it all starts with defense. So I think we've been really good.
We've discussed all the scenarios. Obviously, haven't made the decision, and that's totally based on if he's going to be available or not. And so, at that point, would be a good problem to have. Obviously, inserting some of our main players back in, and we'll figure out what works best and where we are.
Make you play a little bit less aggressive, especially playing against a guy like Luka?
Nah, that's not gonna make me play less aggressive. But I wish I didn't get those 2 fouls early on, so I had to come out early. I wish I got to stay out there on the court.
Thank you.
I mean, Jalen is always such a good player. He's showing that everyone in the NBA is this 3 years, and he lead the team. He played great. He plays so aggressive. He does that all the time. Just everyone, we don't know what's going on in everybody's life. It's sometimes happen to you, sometimes we don't know. Just in the court, off the court, But he was doing great, and then all year, it was a lot of pressure. That's not easy, And then he come back stronger than ever, and he lead the team. It's great to see him like that. I'm proud of him.
What do you take from this experience tonight?
We gotta be tougher.
You guys have talked about the value of playing these meaningful games late in the year. Do you have to go through things like this to benefit, just like you have to go through the others that you've played?
Yeah, it's a learning experience. You gotta go through it to be ready for it. You gotta see it. You gotta take it as a learning thing and grow from it. So yeah.
Anything else? Great, thank you. Thanks.
I would say unlikely. Alperen still got swelling, and a lot was going to be based on our results and how we finished the season. So no need to really rush it back for that. Jay Sean has had something that's kind of lingered and acted up the other night, so it's probably unlikely as well. Said I don't mind it. It's better than the alternatives, which is kind of laying down and getting ran over. And so we've had quite a few lately. I think it took guys half a season or so to really get that identity of not respecting your opponent too much. And like I said, when guys have had some of the losing they have over the last few years, we're trying to instill a little more fight, a little more aggressiveness, and we bring in veterans and a certain coach that loves that stuff, and I think it's going to rub off on them. So I don't mind it at all. Just got to be a little smarter though. The Cam one is a tough one. That's probably just the fact that they got the double technical right before. You have to be smarter there. But I don't know if that warrants another technical ejection. It's just a bone.
Yeah, I mean, I think proof is in the pudding. You guys, that were here covering the team last year versus covering the team this year. I think you can see the difference. It's not too hard. It's visible first and foremost, and then behind closed doors on a day-to-day basis, the atmosphere, coming to work every day, being accountable, getting better, and really just being no nonsense and being about business. I think that sets the blueprint for a lot of young guys to be able to grow.
I think the sky's the limit. I mean, I think we need to do from beginning of the year to end of the year. I mean, we even had a chance at the play-in this year. So, I mean, obviously, that surprised me because I never was able to be in that position in my past 2 years. So, I think we stay together, grow together. Next year we for sure in the playoffs.
You have to have another top 10 pick, and of course you already have several young players that are going to need minutes going forward. How much is that going to factor into whether you keep that pick or maybe trade it to try and improve the team?
Yeah, I mean, it for sure factors in. So we'll definitely take a look. You know, we have to kind of do the evaluation of the whole draft. Kind of one rule of thumb is if you can get a really special player, you get him, because you can't control the timing, and so anytime you can do it, you just do it. The flip side is we're extraordinarily excited about our young guys now, and there's not an obvious source of minutes for anybody coming in. That applies equally well to, that maybe even more so, to a veteran coming in. So I think, you know, we'll just have to look at it in totality and try and figure out what makes the best sense for us, and we'll do it.